Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of my S21 test. We're going to be filming my HO scale trains, and to start off we'll have Oliver running backwards with a simple caboose hop with toe to the brake van and an Erie Lackawanna caboose. Oops, wrong way. There we go. I'm having him go backwards because the rear coupler, I tried using that earlier, but the spring is broken. That's why I'm having him pull towed and the caboose in reverse. But other than that, everything's looking pretty good. When I was filming part 1 with the N-scale trains, I realized that the frame rate was set to automatic. I have it set to 60, so hopefully the frame rate will stay at 60 and not cause any issues while I film my HO scale trains around the Lupa track. Oliver and Toad were given to me as a gift by my friend Thunderbird Zero, who doesn't really use his YouTube account much, but he talked to me on the phone a while ago and he said he wanted to see more of the two, Great Western duo, and I decided to happily oblige by running this short train for him. Some of those cars you see in the background will be used for the next train after we give Oliver a couple more laps around the loop. We will keep the caboose on the rear of the next train, which has 5 freight cars and will be pulled by my Norfolk and Western GP50 in reverse. Might need a little nudge here. I haven't really used it in a while. Oh, it's derailed, that's why. Let me stop it and try again. I could have sworn I put it on the tracks properly, but we should be good to go now. We're going to give it a second try, and we will have number 6508 running long hood forward. Norfolk and Western never owned any GP50s in real life, but once they merged with the Southern Railway to create Norfolk Southern, that would change. Some GP50s are still on the roster, but Norfolk Southern had them rebuilt into GP38-3s. I don't know the exact years of when they were built, but if I remember correctly, I think Southern, before joining the Norfolk and Western in their 1982 merger 39 years ago, had about 90 on their roster. You can double check Wikipedia if I got that wrong, but a few other railroads that had these I think were the Burlington Northern and the Atchison Topeka Santa Fe, which would also merge into BNSF 13 years after the NS merger. Mergers. They seem to be very common with railroads, especially back in the 20th century. In fact, the Erie Lackawanna, which is the livery of my caboose at the end of this train, was also a merger when the Erie Railroad merged with the Delaware Lackawanna Western in 1960. Now I know what you're thinking. You shouldn't be running this train on the carpet. Well, I've done it before and I really haven't had any issues. Just vacuum around the area twice a week and you're good. Sam's train says it's safe, and that's good enough for me. He seems to know a lot about model trains. He's got a couple of Bachmans as well, but he lives in the United Kingdom. I think we also both have a couple of Thomas the Tank Engine things. I don't know if he has Oliver and Toad, but I do know that he has Emily and Rosie. Speaking of Emily, I'm thinking of giving her a run on this layout once the GP50 is done with its train. We'll just let it do another lap. Oh, that's not good. I was having the problem with this box car before, but I figured I would at least have it stop soon, just in case. That's also why I decided to have the box car at the front of the train. That way I would notice if anything went wrong immediately. Well, now that the train decided to uncouple itself, let's get the cars off of here and get Emily ready with her train. Alright, here's our last train of the video. We've got 2 boxcars and 2 coaches being pulled by Emily, another character from Thomas the Tank Engine. She might need a little push to get going, and also to get the boxcars coupled up properly. The problem with the Thomas and Friends models is they don't have knuckle couplers like the rest of Bachmann's trains. So it is a little complicated to get the cars and engines coupled up to what the American cars have. But if you have enough patience to pull it off, you can make some really interesting consists, like what I've got right here. Or if you want to spend extra money, you can get the Lincoln coupler replaced with the knuckle couplers that the American trains have. Or if you'd rather do this on a virtual world, just play trains in New Era. That's what I do. And I always have a lot of fun creating random trains. I got a set of engines from the Little Engine That Could done by Tanky Trains, but he had them look like Thomas characters. And I had Tilly and Georgia pulling Casey Jr.'s train from the 1941 cartoon Dumbo. Really good stuff from the Marvelous Mainland, especially by Tanky Trains. He also has a DeviantArt with the same name. Used to be Cosmic Render 64. Don't know why he got rid of that account, but I am glad to see him back. I always found his stuff to be awesome. And if he's watching this, I hope he's okay, and leave me a like and subscribe to my channel, if you have YouTube. Or not, then just follow me back on DeviantArt. This model of Emily was bought used a few years ago on eBay. I don't know exactly what year it is, but judging by the date on the wheels and the underframe, I'd say it's probably a 2007. The year on the passenger car says it's a 2006. I'm going to stop running this soon because I can smell some smoke coming from Emily's motor. I do tend to make her have wheel slip too often, but you know, I can't help myself. Wheel slip's really satisfying from an engine like Emily because she only has like 2 drivers. When I say drivers, I am of course referring to her drive wheels. One more lap and then we'll wrap things up. Alright guys, thank you for joining me. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel, leave a like, comment, and check out more videos in the future. Also, I have a new video released on Green Frog. I'll have a link for that in the description below. Please be sure to check that out and buy yourself a copy on Blu-ray. Or if you want to save money, you can get it on DVD as well. That's it for now. See you later.